Zane shook his head in amusement at the woman walking toward him. In his entire life, he had met no one quite like Kate. Each moment with her was an adventure. She did nothing on a small scale. One never had to question what the expressive and lovely Kate was feeling. It showed in the world around her. When she smiled, the sun shined brighter. As she took off down the road in her fit of temper, the forestry on both sides of the road wilted as if feeling her emotions. "Do you want me to drive?" he asked.
Chocolate.
She replied. "Pardon me.
I want chocolate.
Does that mean you want me to drive?"
No, it means I want chocolate. I want chocolate ice cream, a sappy movie, and Holland.
"As soon as we reach our destination, I'll see that you get your chocolate ice cream." Zane tried to be reasonable, but he wasn't certain what chocolate had to do with driving.
Okay.
She said. No sooner were the words past her lips when a vortex of power rippled between the two of them. He stepped back, only to be stopped by the immovable car. The vortex widened until it encased the two of them and the car. Zane closed his eyes as he tried to regain stability. The surrounding air swirled until he felt nauseous from it. Then it dissipated.
Chocolate.
She demanded. Zane stared at her as if she'd lost her mind. He ran his hand through his hair and let out a sigh. In 10 lifetimes, he'd never be able to understand women. He turned around to see what place she landed them in this time. He couldn't help but chuckle as he stared at a sign bearing his surname. The hairs on the back of his neck stood up. He grabbed Kate's arm and shoved her behind him. She protested, but he looked at her, and her words ended. Zane knew by the faint heartbeats he could hear in the distance that someone was approaching. They would not catch him unaware this time. He crouched low to prepare for an attack as the person cleared the front gate.
Holy shit, it's really you. I knew it would be you. Wow, you are him. You look just like the picture. Jenna's going to freak.
Zane stared at the young man who had come through the opening. There were pieces of metal sticking out from every conceivable part of the man's face. Drawings covered his exposed skin, and his clothes were a combination of black and chains. The top of the man's skull showed drawings without a patch of hair. "If you work for Katiana, I will kill you where you stand," Zane growled.
Nah, dude, I work for you. I've always worked for you.
The young man shoved a hand toward him. Zane stared down at the man's hand and cringed at the black paint on his nails. He sensed no danger from him, so he grasped his hand.
How do you work for someone who has been dead for 500 years?
Kate inquired as she stepped out from behind Zane.
Family tradition. I'm geeked that you chose this century to wake up, dude. Surprised, you shook my hand. Most take one look at me and decide I've been spit out from hell.
"Might I have your name?" Zane asked.
The name's Nokolai de Seville, though most just call me Cole.
Zane couldn't have been more surprised by anything else beyond those words. "That's impossible," Zane said.
If you want to come in and put your feet up, I'll tell you all about the possibility of you being my long-lost grandfather.
Kate coughed, and he knew she only did so to cover a laugh. The situation did not amuse him at all. He knew he fathered no children. There would be no other shifts from him. He would die the last of his kind. They followed Cole through the iron gate that swung closed behind them. Kate's hand slipped inside his as they walked. The simple act made him smile. His lioness knew fear, after all. Though he knew she'd never admit it, she trusted him enough to feel safer holding his hand than walking alone. Kate did nothing halfway. By slipping her hand in his as a sign of trust, it was not just a sign she trusted him to keep her safe at that moment. It was a sign she trusted him completely. He wondered if that meant someone else had to be the boogeyman now. "Hey, Kate," he whispered. "What?" She looked up at him.
If you read my mind right now, I wager you'd blush.
He opened his mind to her, just as he suspected. Her skin flushed red. Her eyes darkened with desire as she stared at him. He wanted nothing more than to kiss her lips, which formed a small opening. "Oh my," she whispered. Zane laughed quietly. He had only meant to distract her, but her response made it more and more difficult to keep her at arm's length. It appeared to be a foregone conclusion the two of them would wind up in bed. As much as the idea appealed to him, he knew without a doubt that a woman like Kate wouldn't settle for anything less than all. With women in the past, Zane could control the situation. With Kate, there would be no control. Their passion would demand to be satisfied, but the cost would be high. The intensity would overwhelm them both, and he couldn't risk hurting her. The mansion that loomed before them took his breath away. He guided her toward it while soaking up the sight of his new home. Calling it large would somehow be an insult to the building. It was profound in its ability to dwarf any other structure he'd ever seen. As he looked toward the house, he saw a small woman standing in the doorway.
Jenna. It's him. I told you. Come out. He's cool.
Cole called to the woman. She took a step out of the door and paused, looking at Zane first and then at Kate. She seemed to relax once she saw Kate and began walking toward them. Whereas Cole had dark coloring and bore marks by many things, Jenna looked like an angel sent down from the heavens. She had a small, heart-shaped face surrounded by cascading golden waves. Zane's first thought was confusion over the odd pair. He tried to keep his expression blank as her eyes traveled over his body. A corner of her mouth turned up as she finished her inspection.
Hi, I'm Kate.
Kate stepped between him and the blonde. She thrust her hand at the newcomer and stood as if to shield him from the woman's eyes.
Pleasure.
The lady murmured before turning her attention back to Zane.
I'm Jenna. Cole has told me so much about you.
She purred.
Oh, gag me.
Zane tried to hold back a laugh as he heard Kate mutter. It is an honor, milady, Zane said. He felt Kate's fingernails dig into his palm.
Hey, Jen. Why don't you take Kate to the green room? Do the girl thing and freshen up or whatever it is you do.
Cole said.
Of course. Please follow me.
Zane didn't want to let go of Kate's hand. He knew there'd be no telling what havoc Kate would instigate if Jenna struck a wrong chord with her. Behave, he whispered in her ear before releasing her hand.
Yeah, right.
She responded as she walked away with Jenna.
She'll be fine. Jenna's harmless.
Cole said. Do you have chocolate ice cream? Zane asked.
Wow, that was random. I think so. I'll ask the cook. Did they have chocolate ice cream back in your day?
Cole asked as he turned to walk into the house, holding the door open for Zane. No, I don't even know what it is. I'm afraid, though, if I don't get it to Kate soon, she may have Jenna as a late-night snack.
Chicks are so weird.
This coming from the man with a yellow smiling face sticking out of his lower lip. I also need a sappy movie, and a Holland, Zane said as they walked into the foyer. It was a massive room with a high vaulted ceiling, a chandelier dropped in the center.
Chick flick and a Providence of the Netherlands?
Zane liked the strange young man. His appearance was something Zane had never come across before, but that didn't seem to detract from his character. Rather, it enhanced it.
Okay, look. I'm just going to get this over with,
Cole said. Without a further word on the subject, Cole's head leaned back as his body changed to a form Zane was all too familiar with. Zane tried to maintain rigid control of the beast within him. The desire to prove alpha status overtook him. His fingers shook. The need to dominate drove him. The idea of harming the young wolf made him fight hard to control himself. It was a heedless battle, and the beast would win. The harder he fought, the more the beast raged. He felt the change come upon him before he could control it. His senses heightened. He could smell the other wolf's presence. With his last coherent ability, he projected his thoughts out, telling the young wolf to run. The beast was free. The young wolf cocked its head to the side, looking at the larger version. It dropped on its hindquarters, extending its front paws forward with its head lowered. The beast recognized a sign of submission. The beast stood over the young wolf and growled. It remained unsatisfied with an unearned submission. Its jaws snapped at the young wolf's ear, causing the smaller creature to jump back in surprise. The beast goaded the wolf until it openly attacked. Their sounds of aggression filled the room as they wrestled each other to the ground. Though the younger wolf was smaller, it made up for its lack of size by speed and agility. When its teeth sank into the foreleg of the older wolf, the battle turned. It went from a token fight to a fierce battle of wills. The younger wolf continued to use its smaller stature to its advantage. Each time the beast would force the wolf down, it would escape the hold. With each passing moment, he gained respect for the young wolf. Respect, however, was not something that was worth losing over. The beast howled in delight as his teeth bit into the neck of the wolf, pinning it to the ground.
When your pissing contest is over, you promised me ice cream, a movie, and Holland.
The beast recognized the scent of its mate. It let go of the wolf and backed away. A scream caused all heads to turn in the direction of the door Kate had just entered. The beast watched in disgust as the pale creature crumpled to the ground in a dead faint.